told you guys in the last video, at least the last video of this truck, that I would give you like an update or just a video when the truck's said and done to show you all the stuff I got in it. But I kind of been putting it off because I haven't finished the carpet in it, like in the cap area. I did the roof of it upside down in my garage, and I got so frustrated with it. It was like 1 o'clock in the morning that I just said screw it, and I cut it so it's just the top of the cap instead of the sides and stuff too. So anyways, I guess tired of waiting on it, so I just do a video real quick of how I got this set up and what's going on. So I got these two pull-out drawers I put in here, obviously. Let's show you what I got in them. Zoom out real quick, I guess. There you go. So, put my stove in here. Believe it or not, most of this stuff is out of my camper, like my RV, because I sold my RV and I never used it. Like all these pots and pans and stuff, they were brand new. All these, cups and stuff, they're still sealed, brand new. Yeah, so I got my stove, I got cups and some silverware, and this stuff didn't fit in that area because it's just too tall. But I can openers and stuff like that. I got tons of seasonings and spices and stuff because I'm a food guy, if you haven't noticed yet. I say pots and pans. That's the Canteen I just threw in here just because it was in there with the camper stuff. I got my Dutch oven. I got tons of these cylinders, and I got technically storage over there with more cylinders in it, which I don't need really, but I'll get to that in a second. Let's shut this drawer up. We'll open this one. This one, like I haven't really figured out exactly what I want to put in here and stuff. I left a room back here. This is all supposed to be empty for clothes and stuff like that, but I got 12-volt electric heated blanket, just some long underwear, some gloves, and a rain suit on my other truck, and then this is like a zip-up like blanket or like lay down for a picnic blanket or something. So another sleeping bag. This is like a rain fly or a tarp or something. I got a hammock, a shower. That's a chair. Probably do a review on half of this stuff because some of this stuff I bought from Amazon really cheap, and it's actually really nice. That's a 12-volt vacuum, which fair come in handy to clean the carpet and stuff like that. Don't mind that. Most people know what that is. This is to hook my 20-pound tank up basically to my truck. I used to use it for the buddy heater and stuff like that, but yeah, I'll show that in just a second. If you can see, let's see here. Right there's a fitting, and that's like a 1-pound cylinder end fitting, and then I have a smaller hose, short hose right there with the filter and stuff on it. So I can screw that in, and then it comes down and sets, wherever I set my stove up here. So I don't need to use the 1-pound canisters. On the other side of that is basically the appliance side of a 1-pound cylinder. And then I got a 20-pound tank right there. So I just hook that hose up from there to there. And then on the inside of my truck, I always have, as much fuel as I want. And the main reason is if I use propane heat, it doesn't, the 1-pound canisters don't last, but, a few hours, especially with like a buddy heater and stuff like that. So that's kind of like the main reason why I did that. But I got the little extension hose just so I can run it down and use it from my stove right here and stuff like that. I put on this stainless steel piece of metal basically just for a nice like cutting board and keeps it nice and clean. All my lights are wired in. I got a light switch that I wired in down here. Super bright, and each light has its own switch on it, so if it's too bright I can turn some of them off and stuff like that. I got a USB power ran down here, and I'll climb in here. Better turn the lights back on. Climb in here and show you guys. We got the mattress in here. This is I can't get around all the sheets and stuff. It's just a memory foam, some green tea, whatever, off of Amazon, I don't know. But it was reasonably cheap and it was narrow, which is what I needed. I ran power in here, so I always have power and plugins and stuff in here. And I kind of rigged it up so I had a junction box in here, so it didn't touch anything. And that's off a secondary battery underneath the hood, which I can show you guys in a second. Carbon monoxide alarm, set of USB powered fans. This is what I was going to use, like just like a little cooking setup type thing, you know, just so if I'm in the truck and it's raining, I can still cook. This is one of those little, a little stove. It's actually quite handy. And this little heater that I bought, like kind of like a distribution chamber type thing, that sits on top of that stove, so I can set it, you know, right here and heat the truck up and be able to turn it down really low, versus my buddy heater would basically cook me out of here. But yeah, that's basically it. I can run up front and show you guys like how I got power back here and what I'm using for power. Poor road I just drove down, or trail, whatever it is, just covered my poor truck in mud. So let's see here, zoom out. Main battery starts the truck. I ran a small trickle wire up to a solenoid, from a solenoid down and around to a bigger battery that I just got rigged in here. Don't judge me too much. Again, I built most of the stuff in the middle of the night as fast as I could. And that solenoid's there because it kicks. Let's see if I zoom out. That red wire down there runs to the fuse box. When I turn my key on, it engages the solenoid, which in turn charges that battery. When the key is turned off on the truck, that battery is totally separate from my starting battery. So I can run this completely dead and still start my truck in the morning. I might need to do something different about battery size. I don't know. This is the first real test of it, so like I said, some of the stuff might change to like what I actually need in here. Yeah, so that's basically it. This was probably the best thing that I think that I put on here. It's like I said, those 1 pound cylinders, even with that little stove on there, they don't last long enough. Like if you want to sleep through the night without changing cylinders, it's quite nice to have that. Yeah, so that's basically it. A little storage container for all my, you know, snacks and electronics up top, and just stuff that I can, you know, I can still cook. If it's raining or anything, I can still make meals and hang out and have power and everything in here without a problem. And that's basically it for the build. I mean, I guess, I mean, what I basically want to say is that if you guys are interested in stuff like this, it didn't really cost me too much to build it. Like, obviously you don't have to have all the stuff that I put in. I just put it in there right now because I wanted it right now. I get kind of antsy with that. I don't know. But I mean, you can build it over, you know, time. Like, you can put, you know, take you a month to assemble the truck completely, and you'll have it done for a few $100s. Like, I built all this on a 94 Ford Ranger. Like, it's nothing fancy. It's not a nice new truck. It's not, you know, it's a standard cab long bed truck, and the long bed on the Ranger is like 7 feet or something like that, 7.5 feet, I don't know. Short. It's just not an 8-foot bed. But yeah. So if you're interested in anything like truck camping or just living out of your car or whatever, like, take some of these ideas and take some of the stuff that I did, or if you guys have any other suggestions of stuff that I could do to make, you know, this better or easier or more functional, feel free to comment and let me know. Yeah, it's like, so if you're interested in stuff like this, you don't need anything fancy. You don't need anything nice. You don't need none of that. Like, the fittings for the gas and stuff like that, again, I just think is the best thing in the world. I mean, I think the fittings were $10 a side off Amazon. Like, that's it. The hose was like the most expensive part. I think the 12-foot hose that runs off the tank to that converts it to that, which I bought for my buddy heater a long time ago, but I think that was like $30 or $24 or something like that. The little short hose inside, you don't even technically have to have unless you, like, I just want to use it so I can put my stove here and cook, but the little short hose was like $14 or something like that. Material wise, like, this is, the back of these doors is the same piece of plywood that I put on top. It's just the cutoff, like, just one piece of plywood. I got 4 or 5, maybe like 6 or 7 2x6s in it. I have 2.5 2x4s in it. Like, when it boils down, it's not a lot. So anybody can do this for really cheap. Yeah. So if you guys got any other,
like comments or questions or stuff that I could do or why I did something, feel free to let me know. And you guys do me a favor and try to subscribe if you like the videos or want to see more. Share the videos so you can get these videos out there. Appreciate it, guys, and I guess we'll see you next time.